Hi, today I'm going to be talking about the Indulgence MT RTA. Now, I'm not sure how well this lighting is today. It's very late in the evening. I never seem to get time to do this video, so I've surrounded myself with like LED lights, and we'll hope for the best. So, the MT RTA. I've got one working. I've treated myself at Christmas to a mechanical mod, just a mech mod, dual 18650, and I wanted to put a coil in there with a wick that worked the best for me. I think I found that. I'll show you how it performs. Absolutely, for me, gorgeous. Now, the coil is a dual Clapton coil. It's wire that we're going to be doing. It's a 0.5 coil, 0.5mm wire, sorry, with a 0.2 wrapped around it as a Clapton. And with 6 wraps around a 2.5mm rod, that works out at 0.24 ohms. Now you might think, for me, I've always said I don't like sub-ohming and all the rest of it, it's too hot. It is normal, but for me, with the Clapton coil, there's a bit of a ramp up time, so you get like a crescendo really, where you get more and you get more and you get more, and when you've had enough you let go. And for me it just suits my style of vaping, and I'm really enjoying it, which is possibly why I don't like the temperature coils, because they tend to hit hard at the start and fall away, and that's the opposite to what I like. Now I've also got one of these in my Envy 22 mod, and I think you can see that it fits completely flush in there. So if I can hold that up, hopefully you can see that. So going at 48 watts, 0.24, yeah, 0.24 ohm coil. I'll show you on this one as well. Again, absolutely lovely. It's that gradual build up, so when you've had enough, you've had enough. So best thing I can do is we'll go down onto the table and I'll show you what comes in the box and how to do it. Okay, this is where it's going to test the light, isn't it? Okay, in the box, if I haven't got that camera right, I might just play around with that for a couple of times. Excuse me. Bag of bits and pieces. The main thing of interest in here, spare seals. There's a little silicon part here that means you can run it as a single coil as well as a dual coil. So I won't go into too much depth with that today, because we're going to be running it as a dual coil. Spare glass, and now for the tank itself, let's leave that over there. Top fill, slight criticism that I think is fair. Other people have made it and I agree with them. There's only one fill hole. I mean, it's not minute, but it would have been better if they'd have put another one in there. But a minor point, but you know, if that's as bad as it gets, it's not all bad. Something on the inside of that one. Have a look at that in a second. So top fill, airflow at the bottom here. That's your dual for each side, and then there's a wider gap here. So when you just want one side open, that side is then shut. Okay, and that pulls straight off. To undo the tank, take the top off, remove the glass. Oh, where was that little? There it is. Don't know what that is in there, just a little bit of plastic or something. Okay, so here's the deck. Cool, that's a tight one. There we are. And it comes, the screws are in the pack that come with it. Now, personally, I don't like the screws that come with it, so the first thing I do is replace it with little grub nuts. Let's put them on the table for you. I think I'll probably include a pack of these with a little hex driver, free of charge, with the kit. Actually, I'll use my posh one. There we are. That'll be quicker. That's one. I've magnetised this as well to help myself. Oh, just as well, I think. Oh, got a live one. There we are. I kept trying to make time to do this video. I've been vaping away happily on this for about the last fortnight, but I just never seem to have time. And I'll be honest with you, this is my second attempt, because the first attempt there was a load of flashes, green flashes across the screen, so I obviously had some interference of some sort. Right, so as I explained, we're going to be doing a Clapton coil, 6 wraps. I've made one here just to save time. I'll make another one on camera. So 6 wraps of the Clapton coil around a 2.5mm bit. So let's get the wire out. If I go a bit monotone, that's because it is late. I've had a long day, but so apologies if I sound boring, I don't mean to. Okay, whoops. Right, so 0.25, I don't know if you can see that on there. No, the light is shiny, I think. 0.25, so we're going to do 7 wraps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then we're going to take a wrap off to make 6. Always tough, that's it. So we basically just turn that kinked end around. So we put the nice straight end edge on first. Get a pair of pliers, reasonably tight grip on this one, and then just pull. Whee! That's never happened before. I think I got too tight a grip, I pulled it off. Pull one wrap off. Okay, there's the bit of wire, so I cut. Don't know my own strength at this time of night. Cut the wire. So there we have our two wires ready to go. Okay. So nice and straightforward, this one. So just give it a little twist to get it lined up. Go reasonably close, not too close, and then tighten it up. Actually, going that way, because it's got to be lined up. If you just give it a little push, that's it, that will help. Tighten that up. I'm not looking too much at the camera, so I just hope that I'm getting this all in shot for you. That looks good. Tighten that one up. So twist it up a bit, push it across. That's not too far out. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. So we'll cut that wire there. And that one. I think the original screws that come with the tank, they just tend to back off a bit too easily. So, you know, I just found it easier to make these. Right, the next piece here, I'll try and get this in shot for you. This has got to go basically like that, but this coil here is in the way, so we've just got to cut this one to the right length. So you can eyeball it to a certain extent. If you go up to the edge of that center part and you think, right, okay, it's about there, and then you can cut it. If you cut it too short, you're in a muddle, but hopefully that should be about right. If it's too long, of course it will touch this coil this side, which will cause problems as well. So push that over slightly. Push it in, that's fine. There's nothing coming through the other side. Nope, that's fine. Tighten that one up. Okay. And I've probably got that a touch close, but that'll be alright. Now tighten this one up. That looks good to me. Cut that one. Always pays to hold the wire. Doesn't matter about the deck dropping. It's just, I mean, I've got dogs, so I'm always worried about bits of wire going on the floor in their foot. It's not too nice in your own foot either. Okay, I don't think that looks far out. I hope you can see it. Okay, you'll get an idea the height underneath as well, hopefully, if I get that lined up back there. Okay, let's give that a pulse on a mod. Hard to see in this light. It's for me. Okay, let's turn that up a bit. That'll do. It's up to 40. Oh, atomizer short. What have we done? What have we done? What have we done? Here we are again. Video syndrome. Okay, till I can do it with my eyes shut, off camera. As soon as I go on camera, we have an atomizer short. Okay, I think that might have just been a bit low. I'm hoping that was what it was. Okay, we'll just check and tighten these up. Oh, I think I might have found it. Yeah, that's fine. Let's quit while we're ahead. In fact, what I'll do is I'll leave that on there and show the wicking. Sorry, that's a bit dragged out and a bit, you know, goes on a bit, but right, gloves. We'll rattle through this bit because the hard bit is now done. Incidentally, I think what I'll do, I've got 2 of these on the go. I don't need 3, so I'm gonna give one of these away. I'm gonna give this one away. So all you got to do is just put a comment on the video, and that will do fine. Now, I'll just take the top piece away. So some lucky man is going to get this all made up and ready to go. Or lady, might be a lady. Okay, if you cut just under 1 centimetre, do 2 of those. Hopefully that base will have cooled down a bit. Just roll it. Don't worry about doing a sort of Scottish roll and pulling it apart first. Just roll the organic cotton wool up. Make one end a bit smaller. Okay, hopefully this is cool enough now. Yeah, that'll be fine. And what we want to do is just pass, oh, there's still some heat in it, pass the cotton wool through here and right through the other side. There are 2 big juice wells going right the way through. So if you just pop that through there like that, and pull the cotton wool through. The only thing that to watch here really is you don't want the cotton wool too high at the back. I'll show you what I mean actually. There's a let's get that in the right angle for you. At the back here, this airflow hole here, underneath there, you just want the cotton wool just down like that at the back, and that's fine. Now get your scissors and just go straight off the side of the tank, just straight off that ridge there, and that's one. Now the next one, this is probably one of the easiest wicking videos that I've done, and it really is easy. It's dead easy. In fact, the whole thing is easy. It's quite a nice logical tank, this one, and it works so well, really does. Again, straight off that side, turn it round, and straight off that side. So that is what you should be left with. Then all you do is just push the cotton wool into there. There we are. And what's going to happen is the top wick is going to feed off the bottom. So like that. Okay, I'm not sure how well this video is coming out light wise. If it's not good, then well, it's going to be a take 3, I'm afraid. But right, now for the wicks for the coils. Again, don't worry about thinning it out at this stage. Just give it a roll like you were in the old days, perhaps hand rolling your cigarettes. Tut tut, shouldn't mention those words on a vaping video. What I also like about this tank is there's, you know, it's, shall we say, future proof. You know, you'll always be able to get wire, you'll always be able to get organic cotton wool, you know, so no need to buy a coil again, really. So just pull that through there. That's about the right thickness, and at this stage I'm just going to cut that there. Same with the other side. You're probably thinking this idiot has got far too much cotton wool. Well, you'll see in a second. Right, now what we want is this piece here to fall onto there. So we want the length, it would help if that was cut straight, wouldn't it? Let's cut that straight so you can all see. Okay. Still not, is it? There, you just want that to be the right length for there. So that is about right. And once obviously you've measured one, you can then just trim the rest to suit. Just do them all the same. So I would say that that is about right. So that's what you should have now. And then all we've got to do now is just thin this out a bit. If you hold on to this bit with your thumb and just use a needle, or you know, I'm using these little ends of these tweezers, and it just thins out this end, so it just helps the juice travel up those wicks. Do that to all four. It also leaves you your nice bit of wick inside your coil, so you're only thinning out these little ends. Okay, let's bring that up so you can see where your original line was. You can just take those bits off. Same with this side. It really does help. I tried a lot of different ways to do this tank, and the Mutank, and the Coil and Wicking is exactly the same for the Mutank as well. So if you're thinking, oh, I could do the Mutank like that, you certainly could. You know, it's the same. The Mutank obviously being the other tank made by the same company with a velocity deck or with standard coils. You can use it as either. There, that'll do that fine. You should end up with something like the sort of thing that perhaps a fly fisherman would use. Actually, what it sometimes is just take there's sometimes a little bit on the bottom there, there's one. Just take that off as well. Let's just do it. If the job's worth doing and all that. There we are. So again, let's just cut that rubbish off. There, cotton wool everywhere. So there we are. Nice. I'm not going to mess about with this. I do that too much, don't I? Just nice little fluffy bits, and then we just want to get those down onto here. So with the help of juice, if you just put a dob of juice on that inside bit, and then this should just go down nicely. Separate the two. There we are. That's one. I'll try and do the other three quite quickly because this video is beginning to drag. At some point I ought to learn when to stop working in the evening. Never mind, there's only me and the dogs, so it matters not. They don't mind. Right, all we've got to do now is just make sure that there's no, I keep saying all we've got to do, like there's nothing left, and there always is, but just make sure there's no cotton wool on these threads, so when we screw it down it doesn't snarl up. There. So at this point, makes sense just to help those coils on their way, and the wick. Just prime it up. There we are. Right, all done, I promise. So gently put the top on, which has been kind to me and gone on first time. And actually, you'll feel it if there's any cotton in there, and there isn't. You know, it's going on fine. Then just, you don't want any of this cotton outside of these holes, because that's when it picks up on the rubber seal at the bottom, it drags the wick round, and then you've done all this for no reason. It will just leak. So just push them, make sure they're just inside in there, and then you will get no problems whatsoever. Nicely in that one. Right, all done. Really are this time, honestly. Okay, let's put the tank back together. So I normally like to, let's get the other side, get the seal out there. I like to just put the seal on first, just to make sure that it's not going to drag that cotton wool around. Then the glass, it's a little harder to do it this way, but it's all right. Glass then on top, and then screw this bit on so that doesn't turn down the bottom there at all. So that's it. Airflow on at the bottom. Just make sure that that's turned off. Shadows in here. That's it. We're ready to fill it up and show you how it vapes. See, it's not really a problem, that filling hole, but you do just need a suitable bottle, really. If you had one of these glass e-liquid bottles with like a dripper, they're not very easy. So what I'll do is that's full enough. Tighten that up, open the airflow, and that's it. We should be good to go. So let's go back up the top and put it on a mod, and I'll show you how it vapes. Let's actually just put that on there now. Should we just make sure this mod works? Don't know what it was doing earlier. Yeah, that's fine. 0.26 ohm coil. Okay, let's go up the top. Oh wow, I think these videos get more stressful, especially in the dark. And my battery's saying it's low on the camera as well. Okay, let's just a couple of primer puffs. You sometimes have, I will just say that, and I can hear it on that one, a little bit where I've perhaps primed it, just in the, let's put it up there, just in here, just a bit of kitchen roll. You only have to do it once it's done, it's done. And there's actually not much in there at all, but that's better. Right, let's go down a little. Let's start off at 35. Let's go in reasonably high. 35. There we are. Let's see what it vapes like. Yeah, not bad. Still a little bit in that centre there. I can just sense that coming through, but so I just over primed it. That's going through now. That's better. Just a bit until it balances. You know, I've basically put too much on the wick. There we are. Yeah, there's no bubbles yet. So when they are working efficiently, it's like every time bubbles. You can hear there's a bubble just picked it up. You can hear the difference when they settle down. This one still sounds not slurpy, but it's not there yet. So I hope you've all enjoyed the video. Sorry it's been a bit rushed, sorry it's dark, sorry I look foggy, all the rest of it, but it was only to show you basically how to wick this in the best way. And I think the coil's good as well. You know, it's a nice you know, a tank you can put on a mech mod or on your regulated mod, either. So I'll sign off at this point. The time is now midnight. I said it was late. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I look forward to your comments. And don't forget, just drop me a line and I'll enter you to let you have this one free of charge, and we'll post it to you as well. So that's our giveaway. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye, Mark.